Hello everybody, so here we are with the yoga session upload, and this is beginner friendly. So we're going to get ourselves situated into a nice seated position if you can, and we're going to close our eyes and we're going to do some breathing for the next couple minutes. I'm going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, or whichever you're comfortable with, and you're going to continue to breathe. Keep all the positivity in, block all the negative energy out, and we're going to concentrate on our yoga practice for the day. Now we are going to get ready to get into the regular routine that I usually do, and we are going to open our hip flexors. We're going to lay here for just a little bit, get a little breather in, just a little bit, and then we're going to get into it. So you're going to take your right leg and you're going to flex your foot, and we're going to open up the hip flexors as we are doing this stretch. This stretch is good for certain poses, i.e. splits and pigeon pose and other poses that require you to use your hip flexors and to have them open. Also lizard lunges and other types of poses that you will be able to get into when you are warming up your muscles in this area. And flexing the foot is to make the other muscles work as well in your leg, because you want all your muscles to just start warming up and become activated as you are starting your yoga stretches. Okay, and I'm showing you here the hip flexors there are located there. And we're going to do this on both sides, and we're also going to change directions as well. What you do on one side, you must do to the other side. In yoga, you have to be balanced. Please do not be lazy, because you will feel it when you are going throughout the day. As you guys can see, I'm doing in another direction, because you want to work all the muscles. You want to make sure all the muscles are warming up before you start getting into any poses throughout the yoga practice. So you just want to make sure that you are taking precautions when you're going into certain yoga positions or poses. And again, whatever you do on one side, you must do to the other side. If not, you will feel it throughout the day. Trust me, because I've done it before. I know I'm a yoga instructor and I should not be doing that, but there are times where you get into the flow and sometimes you kind of forget. So try not to do that, and try to remember you must do whatever you do on one side, even though the other side may be stiffer than the other, or you're unable to complete the task on the other side. Just try it and do it to the best of your ability until you're able to, do how you do on the other side, because sometimes the other side may be stiffer than the other. Sometimes the other side you're not able to get into that pose as easy as you can on the other side. So it depends, and it does happen because it happens with me as well. And we're doing the other side. Make sure your foot is flexed. And I apologize for frowning up because the sun was directly in my face. So yeah, I apologize in advance. Alright, so now we're going to get the strap, as you guys can see here. And we're going to put it on your foot here. Alright. And this is the modified version to keep your leg up if you don't want that extra stretch. But I am going to stretch my leg because I want that stretch to have behind my thighs. So you could do it a little bit here, do a little bit of a circle here if you like. Alright. But I am going to do a full big circle. So this is up to you. You don't have to do this, okay? Please do not do this. I always state this in all of my lives and uploads that I don't want anybody going to the hospital because Marquita says to do this stretch for yoga. No, you do what your body can handle. You do what your body tells you to do. If your body is telling you to stop, i.e. meaning you feel a sharp pain or a pain that's telling you, ouch, I can't do this, please stop and go into one of your safe poses, i.e. child's pose or whatever pose that you feel as though is safe for you, and you just stop and just sit there, meditate and breathe, okay? Or do the little modified poses that I was showing you, you know, doing small circles, little circles. All right, you guys can see I'm going around the other side. So just make sure that you're listening to your body, please. I don't want anybody going to urgent care or to the hospital. All right, just remember this, okay? I don't want you to go. All right, so please do what your body can handle. Do not over exceed your boundaries, please. You will get to the pose or get to this type of stretch in due time, okay? Don't worry about Sally or John, you will get there, okay? All right, so please take your time. All right, you could do this if you like to. This is really up to you. I'm a little stiff right here today, but it's cool. And I'm going to stretch and get like a little semi twist for my back. And then I'm going to do that to the other side. Like I said, whatever you do on one side, you must do to the other side, okay? And I'm going to switch legs and go with the other leg. If you started with the left leg, then go to the right leg, okay? And remember the modified position as well. Again, you could do a bit if you want to, but I'm going to go and do a wide circle around, okay? This also helps the hip flexors and getting into certain poses, i.e. pigeon pose, splits, and other poses that involve the hip flexors. All right, so now we're going to do this here. This is just a little stretch, a little exercise for your legs. And then we're just going to do like a mini circle so we could just massage the spine just a little bit. All right, so we're done with the yoga strap, okay? And now we're going to massage the spine some more. So we're going to rock back and forth. This is good for a lot of people that have back problems. All right, now we're going to stretch everything out since we've been bending our legs and everything. So stretch, 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 stretch. Stretch your body. Then we're going to do window shield wipers with our legs. Now we're going to try to sit up. So we're going to rock back and forth as many times as you want to. You don't have to do it as many times as I do. And try to cross your legs, because when you sit up, you're going to go into a seated position. All right. And now we're going to get ready for another pose. I'm singing, y'all. If y'all see my mouth moving, I'm listening to some music. All right. All right, so we're going to bend at the waist here. All right. And we're going to fold forward. So a seated fold, you're going to go here, here, or here. It's up to you. Make sure that your back is straight. And it really depends. So we're going to bend from the waist there. Make sure your back is straight and it's not rounded. I know it's kind of hard to do that, but just make sure that it's not, because we're trying to, you know, be aligned. Okay. We don't want your bones and stuff to be messing up because you're doing yoga. Okay. So make sure you're breathing. And if you can't touch your feet, just do the modified versions that I showed you. And just continue to breathe. Remember to breathe. I know it sounds silly to be continuing to say this, but A lot of people forget to breathe while they are in these poses because they are trying to concentrate on the poses. So please don't be that person, okay? Please remember to breathe. That's what you have to do. Like I said, I know it sounds silly, but again, some people do not breathe, okay? All right, now, so we're going to get ready for our another pose. And we're going to do a wide leg pose, okay? You guys know I'm trying to get into my middle split, so, okay? And I want y'all to do that too, all right? So you don't have to do this. It could be, you know, as wide, or it's really up to you. Your legs could be as wide or as close together. It depends. But I'm trying to make it there, okay? This is just me, okay? So we're just going to basically stretch from side to side. Again, this is really up to you. You do not have to do this part. If you cannot do this, that's fine. You can go into your safe pose, child pose, whatever pose that you consider that is safe. But this is what I'm trying to introduce y'all to more, you know, poses, because, you know, it is beginner friendly, but we have to advance. I've been showing you this, you guys, but we're trying to advance more. I want you guys to get to the advanced steps. So I'm just basically trying to introduce you guys to poses and things of that nature to get you to those advanced poses, okay? Again, everybody is not going to be the same. Everybody is different. So you work at your own pace, okay? All right, now I'm going to show you guys what child's pose is. This is like a resting pose that you get into. You could do it this way, or you can open up your legs a little bit wider. I like to do it this way because I feel more comfortable doing it that way. So it's really up to you if you can get into it or not. All right, so now we're going to do the cat and cow. We're going to do this and breathe. And make sure you get your nice breaths here, because the next thing is about to be plank. And yes, we're going to do a lot of planks on this upload, okay? So get ready, okay? All right. So we're going to do 10 planks. I know you're like, what? I'm serious, okay? All right. So make sure you're breathing. We're going to go into downward facing dog. And we are going to go with our first plank. If you want to put your leg up, please do, okay? I'm about to show you right here. Remember to breathe and hold your stomach in. Right leg up, left leg up. Remember to breathe, breathe, breathe. I'm going to do chaturanga first. This is chaturanga. And then I'm going to rest and sway my body side to side. You do not have to do chaturanga if you don't want to. I will show you the knees, chest, and chin, because I'm not going to do chaturanga throughout this whole thing, because chaturanga is a lot. We're on the second one, okay? So make sure that you're breathing. If you can't do 10, that's fine. Do 6, do 8, with whatever your heart's desire, okay? If you can't go that far, do not push your body that far unless your body is, if your body's not hurting and you want to push yourself, go ahead. But if not, you know, I don't want you guys going to the hospital, okay? But if you're in pain and you're trying to push, don't do it. But if you're trying to push and you're not in pain, then that's okay. All right. So I'm going to let you guys do the planks and concentrate. And then I will be back for the other poses. All right, so now we are resting here for a little bit. Okay, we did a lot of planks, y'all. We made it. If y'all did it, yay. Okay, so now we are going to move on to another pose. Here we go. We're going to do 8 of these. All right, these are my favorite ones. All right, if you can't do it, that's fine. If you only do 2, that's fine. You do whatever your heart's desire, okay? It's really up to you. All right, now we're gonna rest. That was a lot. Ooh, I even took a deep breath after that. But it's all good, okay? All right, so I'm gonna roll our wrists to alleviate any pressure if you would like to. All right, now we're going into downward facing dog. And we're gonna jump or walk your feet to your hands. If you can, you don't have to jump. And look up, flat back, breathe, down, look up, flat back again, breathe. And we're going to grab each elbow and we're going to do the ragdoll pose. We're going to shake our head yes and shake our head no. And just rock back and forth for a little bit. Lean forward, flat back, look up. I'm going to bring our arms over our head and we're going to start doing sun salutation A, okay? Bring it back down, flat back, look up, bring it back down, breathe. And we're going to get into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Jump your feet to your hands, look up, flat back, back down, bring it up. Bring your arms down. And you're in Tadasana, which is mountain pose, okay? Now we're going to do sun salutation B. This is a little bit more, okay? So Uttasana, chair pose. Hold your stomach in, breathe. Bring it down. Breathe, look up, flat back. Bring it back down. You're going to go into Chaturanga, if you can. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bring your right leg in between your hands. We're just going to do warrior 1. Make sure your foot is pivoted in the back. Make sure everything's aligned. I'm going to do warrior 1. Bring your arms down. Bring your right foot back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And back to downward facing dog. Then we're going to do the left leg. Bring your arms up into warrior 1. Bring your arms down. Bring your left leg back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Jump your hands or walk your feet to your hands. Look up, flat back. Bring it back down. Uttasana, chair pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. And sun salutation B is done. Alright, so now we're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. You can open your legs as wide as you can. It's really up to you. Don't have to be as wide as I do. We're going to bend at the waist. And we're going to bring it down. And we're going to stretch. And we're just basically stretching at this point. From side to side. And we're going to do like a little twist as well. If you can't do that, that's fine. Do what your heart desires. Or do what your body can handle. Okay? If you're in pain, please stop. Remember that. And remember to breathe as you're doing this. Again, I know it sounds silly, but you must breathe. Alright? Please. Alright, I'm trying to get as much stretches as possible through my arms and everything of the sort. So, you know, you just do what you can, you know, with your pose. You know, make it your own. All right, bring it down. Look up, flat back. Bring it back down. Uttasana. Tadasana. Bring it back down. Look up, flat back. We're going to do Warrior 1, Vira 1, and Vira 2. Warrior 2. Vira 1, Warrior 1. Make sure everything's aligned. And we're going to do Peaceful Warrior or Reverse Warrior. Bring it back. Warrior 2, Warrior 1. Bring it back down. Bring your left leg back. Right leg in between the hands. Warrior 1. Make sure everything's aligned. Warrior 2, Vira 2. Vira 1, Warrior 1, Vira 2, Peaceful Warrior or Reverse Warrior. Bring it back, windmill down, downward facing dog. Take some breaths here and breathe. Bring your leg up and we're going to bring our foot to our glutes. Bring your other leg up, bring it to your glutes. Nice little stretch. If you can do it, do it. If you can't, don't. Breathe here. Bring it back down. And we're going to rest a little bit into child's pose, whatever safe pose that you feel your heart's desire. And we're going to roll our wrist to alleviate any pressure that we have in our wrist. And it is hot outside. Because the sun is beaming on my head. So again, I apologize for me frowning. Okay, I'm happy. Okay. All right, we're getting ready for another pose. We're going to do half Lord of the Fishes. Okay, we're going to twist our spine a little bit. Bring our arm up and bring it down. And as you're breathing, get deeper into the twist if you can. And yes, it's called half Lord of the Fishes. I know that doesn't sound right, but that's what it's called. Okay. All right, a nice twisting for the back here. Try to keep your foot flexed if you can. All right, so now we're going to move into another pose. Do a little bit of a forward bend a little bit again. Again, try to keep your back straight and not rounded. I'm just going to be here for a little bit. I know we did this pose before, but I just want to do it again. And now we're going to get ready for crescent lunge. So here's a crescent lunge here. Now I'm going to go deeper into it if you want to. This is for more advanced. I'm trying to introduce you guys. All right, so here, I think I showed you guys before, but this is a lower lunge, okay? If you can't do it, that's fine. All right, I'm going to do the other side. All right, because we're learning here. My foot is going to slip. I got too much oil on my feet. Okay. All right, crescent lunge. If you want to go deeper, go ahead. If you can't, do not do it, please. Okay. All right. And you guys were almost done. Almost done. All right. Child's pose. Get your breath here. Relax, relax. And then I think we're about to get ready for Shavasana. So we're going to roll our wrist again if you like, if you feel any pressure, or just to, you know, do it if you like. And yeah. So it's hot. It's hot, y'all. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do. Okay. All right, so you can do whatever pose that you want to before you get into Savasana. So this is the pose that I'm going to do. Please do not do this. If you can't do it, that's fine, but do whatever you have to do. And I'm going to do a pigeon pose, okay? So you can do whatever pose that you want to do, that you want to let out before Savasana, which is the resting part to seal everything in. But I'm doing pigeon pose, okay? You do not have to do this. Do whatever pose that you feel, whatever pose that you learned today, or whatever pose that you've seen prior to. All right. So now we're going to get ready for Savasana. I know this is a lot of people's favorite part, but before we get into it, I'm going to drink some water. So I suggest you guys grab some water as well, because it was really hot outside. I know we did a lot of work. We did a lot of planks today and everything. So I know you guys are like, what you doing, Marquita? Okay, but it's okay. But anyway, so make sure you do all that. Get yourself situated before you get into Savasana. Maybe you got to pause the video. But it's really up to you, okay? All right, so we're just going to lay down and we're just going to get into Savasana. We are going to clear our minds. Our minds should have been cleared. I'm sorry. We're going to have our breath, our breathing to slow down, and we're going to get comfortable, and we are going to remain positive, and we're going to let our body sink into our mat and melt into the mat as we let our mind be quiet. And as we close our eyes, my eyes will be open just to be aware of my surroundings. But we're going to close our eyes and we're going to breathe very nicely. We're going to slow down our heart rate, and we're going to seal in everything that we learned in today's practice and escape from reality just a little bit with the Savasana. And we're going to be here to breathe and breathe. And I hope you set your intention at the beginning of the class. I believe I didn't say in the beginning, so I forgot. So I apologize, but I hope you had a nice positive connection today as we continue to breathe. We're going to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes as we wake our body up from Savasana. We're going to turn to one side and we're going to get up nice and slowly to get into a seated position. Hands at heart center. We're going to end the class in the sound of Om. We're going to breathe in, breathe out. And on the second breathe out, we're going to end the class in the sound of Om. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Thank you for joining me today for the yoga practice. I hope you have learned something and you made your yoga practice your own. I hope you continue to do your yoga practice and bring positivity, energy, and keep all the negativity out. And I hope you set your intention throughout the day or night whenever you're watching this, and hope that you carry it on throughout your yoga practice. Namaste. Peace. Bye.